Hello, we seem to be getting warmer summers of late, so to keep the Caravan fridge running at its best, I'm going to fit the genuine Thetford fridge ventilator kit. The ventilator improves the airflow over the condenser at the back of the fridge. I'll take this grill off and we'll have a quick look at the condenser. Simply slide the two clips and lift the grill off. Lift out the fly screen. That's the condenser with the row of fins. The fins help to disperse the heat, and the ventilator fan fits to the back of the fridge underneath the condenser, somewhere where that yellow notice is. Let's see what we've got in the kit. Wiring and a temperature sensor. Cable clips, screws, bracket, switch and Scotch locks. The fan. And installation manual. A detailed look at the pack contents, the thermo switch, wiring with inline fuse, two fixing plugs and screws for the fan, two Scotch locks, 5 wiring clamps, a bracket for the switch to fit in, and then a waterproof cover that goes over the switch, and the instruction manual. I've laid out the wiring. This is the low voltage 12 volt system, Scotch locked at the power source. That's the inline fuse. That's the on off switch. And it goes round to the thermo switch, which then operates the ventilator fan. This is the instruction manual introduction, the working principle, and warranty information. I'm going to fit the kit to the back of the fridge through these vent holes, so working space is going to be very tight. I've turned the 230 volt power off, I've turned the 12 volt power off, and the gas is turned off, and I've got my fitting instructions. If you are thinking of fitting one of these kits and you are unsure about fitting it, please get an electrician or auto electrician or your Caravan motorhome dealer to fit it for you. So I'm going to make a start. I'm not able to fit the fan in the position instructed because of this refrigeration pipe. Let's have a look at the instructions. This is where the fan should fit, from the end of the condenser 40mm down, but unfortunately the refrigeration pipe doesn't run as per this diagram. It cuts diagonally across. It has been confirmed though I can use this fixing point from the centre of the condenser 100mm down. I can fit the fan here. I've marked this horizontal line 100mm down from the condenser. This mark here is the centre of the condenser, and then these two marks, this one and this one, are the fan fixing points. The next step is to hammer in these fixing plugs. I've managed to press the fixings in. I can screw the fan in place now, and the sticker must face up. If I move the bracket, there is an airflow arrow pointing upwards. Fixing the fan in place now using a stubby screwdriver because it's really awkward. tight. That's tight, but not too over tight. The next step is to clamp this thermo switch onto one of the refrigeration pipes, and mine is diagram 5E and it needs to be clamped at that point. That's that there. It's another awkward task. That's in place. I'm going to fit the on-off switch next. This is the bracket that's provided, with a self-adhesive pad and a screw hole, and the switch clips inside the bracket. The instructions are to position the on-off switch near the lower vent to be able to control the ventilator. I'm going to position the switch there. I've had difficulty creating a pilot hole with this tiny auger. It's really awkward, but I've managed to do it. And now I'm going to take this tape off the self-adhesive strip and screw the bracket on with a stubby screwdriver. First, use a damp cloth to clean any dirt off so the self-adhesive strip takes hold, and then use a dry cloth. That's the screw in place, so that's the bracket completed. Thread the wires through the bracket and connect them up to the switch. And then clip the switch into the bracket. What I didn't do is put this waterproof cover on the switch, which I'm going to do now. I've pushed the switch back out. That's in place. This red wire, which comes from the switch, connects onto one of these from the thermo switch. This red wire, one end is labelled ventilator, so the other end connects to the other wire from the thermo switch. So that one connects to the ventilator, and the ground or the earth, the black one, connects to the black on the ventilator. And that's those two connected to the ventilator. The next step is to tidy this part of the wiring up by using some of these self-adhesive cable clips that have been supplied. The instructions do say ensure that wires can't come into contact with hot or sharp parts. So I'm wiping the panelling down with this damp cloth to get any dirt and dust off, so the self-adhesive wiring clips will take hold. I've clipped those wires in place now, so there's the ventilator. put a wiring clip there, a wiring clip there, a wiring clip there, that's the thermo switch, and a wiring clip down there, and I've looped the excess wiring, and that's the on-off switch. The next step is to connect the black and red wires to the low voltage 12 volt power source. The cables were bundled up and tie wrapped down below, so I've had to snip off the factory tie wrap. That was a little bit awkward because I had to get my hand right down to the bottom, and we're looking for this 6-way connector. The wires we need are the black and the purple. Now this side goes to the fridge connection box. Now there's not enough room here to make the connections, so we go to this side. So the black lines up with the white, which is the earth, and the purple lines up with the green, which is the live. So they're the two we need, and we use the 2 Scotch lock connectors that are provided in the kit. I'll do the black wire first. So you push that up to the stop, just there, and fold it over and use a pair of pliers and that's clipped onto that side there. So the black wire goes to the black wire, but in this case the white, if we follow it through, and we're going to connect this to the white wire. So if the white goes in there and we fold that over and press it together with the pliers, clipped on, that's the earth wire connected. I'll do the same with the red wire. So we want the purple, which is, if we follow it through, is the green. That's the red wire connected to the Scotch lock. Now we need to connect it to the green. They're clipped in place. And that's the live and earth connection complete. I've now got the difficult task of bundling this wiring back together and tie wrapping it back down at the bottom there. It's very difficult with one hand to bundle the wiring up and put the tie wrap round all at the same time, but I've managed to do it. Let's have a quick look. There's the bundle of wiring with its tie wrap around the plumbing pipes. The grills can go back in place now. Put the fly screen on. That's that one on. Fly screen. That's the ventilator kit completed. So what we do during the warmer months is take the grill off, take the fly screen out, put some light in it for the video purposes, and turn the ventilator on. However, the fan will only turn on if the heat in the refrigeration pipe tells the thermo switch to send power through to the fan. During the months when the ventilator kit is turned off, there is nothing behind the grills obstructing everyday airflow. And that is the genuine Thetford fridge ventilator kit.